Hello, my name is Jessica, and this is video blog 2 for INFM685, and we were asked to pick 4 of the terms and go over them. So I have picked the terms Agile methodology, the XP, Scrum, and Scrum Master. So I'll start off with Agile methodology. So Agile methodology is a people-focused, results-focused approach to software development that respects our rapidly changing world. It's centered around adaptive planning, self-organization, and short delivery times. It's flexible, fast, and it aims for continuous improvements in quality with using tools like Scrum and extreme programming. So how it works is first admitting that the old software development processes don't work. Where they consist of plan, design, build, test, deliver. But with Agile methodology, it's quite different. With Agile methodology, it kind of walks the fine line between having too much process and not enough. And so instead of spending months or years on developing a product, what it does is that it relies on the employees themselves and teams to work directly with the customers to understand the goals and provide solutions in a fast and incremental way. And so essentially what it does is the traditional software development that relied on phases like outlining requirements and planning and such are done away with. And in contrast, Agile methodology would look to deploy the first increment in a couple of weeks and the entire piece of software in a couple of months. So essentially pieces of software are being deployed in increments in order to deliver on the product in a quick, efficient manner. And leading into Scrum. So Scrum and extreme programming are examples of Agile methodology. And with Scrum is a hands-on system that consists of simple interlocking steps and components where basically the product owner makes what we call wish list of things that they like to see in a product. And in the Scrum process, we call that product backlog. And so this list is prioritized on what's most important and needs to be done first versus what is something you may want but you don't necessarily need at that moment. And so then the Scrum team will take that list and start working on small pieces of the list starting from the top to begin what they call a sprint backlog. And that's just a small portion of the top of the priorities on that list so they can start working on it to implement the product. And so once the team completes that sprint backlog task, which is generally a 2 to 4 week period, they assess the progress in a meeting called a daily scrum. And in the daily scrum, it's led by the Scrum Master that keeps the team focused on the goal. And at the end of the sprint, the work is usually ready to ship or be shown or used by the customer. And so after that sprint is completed, then the team goes back and the Scrum team goes back to that wish list or that product backlog, and they start working the next few items on that list until the complete product is delivered. And so going into what a Scrum Master is, so a Scrum Master is someone that is a servant leader. And so what a Scrum Master is primarily responsible for is promoting and supporting Scrum. And so what they do is they take a holistic approach to the work. They provide service to others on the team or outside of the team, promote a sense of community, and they also create an environment of shared decision-making power. And so because the Scrum Master is a servant leader for the Scrum team, they help those outside the Scrum team understand which of the interactions with the Scrum team are helpful and which aren't. They also help everyone change these interactions to maximize the value created by the Scrum team. And so since they're primarily responsible for promoting and supporting Scrum, the Scrum Masters also do this through helping out everyone understand the Scrum theory, practices, rules, and values. And they also play several roles during a project. And so during a project, they can play roles where they serve the product owner, where they're serving the development team, and they serve the organization. And so with a product owner, they're basically ensuring that the goal, scope, and product domain are understood by everyone on the Scrum team as well as possible, ensuring the product owner knows how to arrange the product backlog or that wish list to maximize the value of the product they deliver and what timeline it looks like. And also understanding and practicing agility. And so when serving the development team, they would make sure that they are coaching the development team in self-organization and cross-functionality, and removing impediments to the development team's progress, and also facilitating Scrum events as requested or needed, such as the daily Scrum, which is the progress meeting, to find out where their barriers are and how they can remove them or what they can do to improve the process. And then when serving the organization, their role would be leading and coaching the organization into its Scrum adoption, helping employees and stakeholders understand that and enact Scrum and empirical product development, and causing change that increases the productivity of the Scrum team. And with Scrum Masters, they usually go through training. And so there's 3 levels of certification. And so there's Professional Scrum Master 1, Professional Scrum Master 2, and Professional Scrum Master 3 level. And so the first level demonstrates a fundamental level of Scrum Mastery. The second level demonstrates an advanced level of Scrum Mastery. And then the third level demonstrates a distinguished level of Scrum Mastery. And generally they're about 2 days for each course. And so moving on to extreme programming. So with extreme programming, or what's otherwise known as XP, basically, this process is an example of how agile methodology can heighten customer satisfaction, because rather than delivering everything the customer would ever want in the far future, we can give them what they need fast and now. So it's also using a priorities list to kind of look and see what's more important now rather than later. And so it's centered on basically frequent releases and short development cycles to get a quick turnaround on developments and products. So essentially how it works is the IT consultant would go in, build a list of customer requirements by listening to the customer tell user stories to find out what the needs are with their day-to-day uses. And then after that, they would build a software release plan. And from there, the software would be delivered in iterations, with one delivered every couple of weeks until it's actually completed. And the team during this time would work in program repairs, using daily meetings to smooth roadblocks. And the customer delivers feedback in the form of more user stories during this process as well, so they know what else they need to continue working on. And then the cycle just keeps being repeated until the software is delivered. And so that's a quick summary of the extreme programming. So in summary, these the agile methodology and examples are basically a great way to try to deliver on a product in a quick, efficient manner, and also increase customer satisfaction and empower employees to do a great job and to feel empowered to actually do the job. And that's the end of my blog for today. Thanks. Bye.